We're here with the Ultimate Racing League for the Saturday Championship, and this is round 5, and we are, hang on a minute, yep, it is there. I was just double checking that it was there. This is round 5, and it is, as you can see, we are at Laguna Seca, the Laguna Seca Raceway, the land of sand, where any mistake will see you run off track and the race ruined. So this is one of those tracks that you want to keep, obviously, you want to keep on the track to have a good race. So anyway, I've got there is two races. Both races are sprints. The first race is 18 laps. The second race is 17 laps. Obviously, the second race, you're going to have to use a mandatory pit stop. Anyway, they are all in the GR3 cars, and it is random choice. So they went out and did their 10-minute quali. So Osman is on pole. He's in the Ferrari. Unforgiven, he's in second. He is in the Ferrari as well. We've got Grasshopper on third. He is in the Mustang. Peter in fourth. He is in the BMW. Then we've got Silly Shot in the Porsche. Sai in the Ferrari. Phaser in the Atenza, I think that is. Willard in the Ferrari. Rufus, aka myself, in the Mustang. Carlsberg in the... I can't really remember what car that is. Hawkeye in 11th. He's in the Nissan GT. Brian McCartney in 12th in the Aston Martin, and Vane in the I can't think off the top of my head what the car is. But anyway, let's get this. I've got a bit of a cough tonight, guys, so sorry about that. Anyway, let's get this race on the way and see how everyone does. And Ozzy takes them down towards the start line, waiting for the lights to go out. And they are all go, 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 go as Osman takes them down to the first turn, into the second turn, which is the Andretti hairpin. Hopefully everyone can get around it without an issue. And there's already a bit of a gap opened up between Willard and Rufus, who's got Carlsberg already on his backside. I think the race started and they were coming out the corner, so I think that slowed him down a little bit. And there's Monkey there in 11th with Vane there in 12th, so he's got past Hawkeye there in 13th as they come through turn 5, they're all going into turn 6 now onto the Rojo straight as they come through the cork. They're all coming through the corkscrew, which can be the tricky bit as they go through rainy. Now obviously they're going through rainy curve. Hopefully everyone can get through the corkscrew without an issue, and they do. They all get around the track without going off so far. Boz does have the lead. He does have Unforgiven chasing him down, with Grasshopper just behind there in third as they go through the Andretti hairpin. They are sort of... Ozzy is trying to get away as quickly as possible. Unforgiven still there, in a bit of the sand there with Grasshopper there, chasing them, Silly there, Pete there, Sai there, Phaser there, Willard, and then there's a little gap with Rufus in ninth, but looks like he is closing the gap on Willard gradually. with Colesberg still chasing him down in 10th, but they've got Monkey Brian McCartney chasing them down, looking to see if he can get past them as they come through the Royal Straight once again. Oh, Hawkeye's gone off, had a little mishap. Coming through, he's basically come through turn 6, all hit the curb, and it's unfortunately that's unsettled his car and sent him packing into the sideways, but thankfully he hasn't spun completely, so he's just got to do a little reverse and on with the race again, but they will leave him a little bit behind, unfortunately. Anyway, back in the front, Oz has started to gap Unforgiven a little bit, with Grasshopper is closing in on Unforgiven as they come through the Andretti hairpin for the second time, going into the third bend. If Silly Shot is there in fourth, he's still trying to catch Grasshopper up. He's got Peter trying to chase him down in fifth, but Peter does have a half-second penalty that he'll have to serve shortly, but that will give the opening for Sai to get past, maybe, into that fifth position, I mean. But that will happen. Oh, there's a yellow. Oh, Unforgiven has. Disaster has hit Unforgiven as he's coming through turn 6. Oh, he's basically more or less done the same thing as Hawkeye. Unfortunately, he's done exactly the same as Hawkeye. I think this he's trying to get back on, and he is just back on now. He's just waiting for everyone to pass. Now I do feel a little bit bad for Unforgiven because he hasn't fared very well. Because the previous week we did this track on the Sunday Championship and he did not fare very well in that one, and it looks like his luck has continued to this league, unfortunately, as he's right but looks to try and overtake Vane. Will he be able to catch Vane before the Andretti hairpin? No, he doesn't. Well, see, Hawkeye still there in 13th. Not really made any time up at the moment, unfortunately. So he's well and truly in the lead. He's pulled away from Grasshopper. It doesn't seem like Grasshopper can do anything about Ozzy as he comes through the Royal Circuit into the corkscrew for the 4th time. And Pete is now there in 3rd, with Sai still trying to chase him down in 4th. And then Silly there in 5th. Silly he's dropped down a few places. I must have missed that one because he was ahead of Pete at one stage, so he must have made a mistake. So he's dropped down a few spots, unfortunately. But he's trying to make them spots back up. Vader there, running smoothly as usual in 6th, with Willard just a bit back there in 7th. Then Colesberg there in 8th. Well, I think Rufus made a mistake. Oh, no, he didn't. He made a little mistake, nearly took Brian out, but he eased off so Brian didn't spin completely. So that slowed Rufus down a little bit, and now he's got Unforgiven right on his rear axle. Well, it looks like Rufus is trying to go back at Brian here, but he's got Unforgiven's right there as well. And Alex goes for a little. Rufus leaves Unforgiven plenty of space there. Oh, Rufus, oh, we got that a bit wrong. Go through turn 3. They come through turn 4. Unforgiven leaves Rufus plenty of space. But unfortunately, Rufus hit the land of sand. He's decided it's time to go sand surfing. So now it's dropped him down to 12th now. So he's got work to do to catch back up again. It is lap 5. But now that's given Hawkeye the opportunity, because now he's got someone to chase after. We're looking at their times. Rufus's fastest lap is a 25.243. Hawkeye's is a 25.049. Anyway, let's go back to the top. Lap 6. Oz is still leading with Grasshopper. It looks like Grasshopper is trying to will him in gradually. So Oz's fastest lap is a 22.932. And Grasshopper's is a 1:22.959, so slightly slower than Aussies, and they're not far off from each other. So if they will keep running the same time, it will be very difficult for Grasshopper to will Aussie in. And Pete is there in third still. He's dropped Silly now. Silly's dropped off a little bit. He's still got Phaser chasing after him in 6th. Phaser's chasing after him in 5th. There's Willard's there in 6th. Carlsberg is there in 7th now. Size dropped down a few places because he was further up, and he's got Unforgiven all over his rear bumper. Both in the Ferraris with Brian McCartney there as well. So Alex is making his way back up the field after coming off in that lap. Going around the rainy curve once again, Saez with Unforgiven chasing around. They're all literally just, I think Carlsberg's just decided to move out of the way and let them past. But Carlsberg is coming back at Unforgiven as they come into turn 11. But it looks like Alex is going to go for the undercut, and he does. But now now there's the 3 of them, 3 abreast, going through turn 1 down to the Andretti hairpin. Unforgiven is just ahead with Carlsberg and Brian there as well, all side by side going around the Andretti hairpin. Carlsberg is just there in 9, just behind Unforgiven, with Brian McCartney right behind him. Some good racing there from them 3. And so Vane is there in 11th, a little bit back. And there's obviously Rufus there in 12th. He's trying to make time up at the moment. Vane's fastest lap is a 24.9. Rufus is a 24.006. So Rufus is trying to make time up on Vane. It's not at the moment working. He's trying, but he's not catching. And Hawkeye is there in 13th. It just looks like Hawkeye's keeping in the 25. So is Rufus. So sort of there might not be a change there. There might be. We have to wait and see, because there's still plenty of laps to go. But anyway, the race leader Aussie, he has now got the fastest lap with a 1:22.4, and he is steamrolling his way towards the end on lap 8. They are now not quite halfway yet. And Grasshopper is still there in 2nd, trying to chase Oz down, but he's not having any luck. Pete there in 3rd, so he's dropped Silly Shot now. They're in 4th, and Silly Shot tries to catch back up as he comes through the corkscrew for the 8th time. And then Phaser there in 5th, Willard there in 6th. Them are sort of all on their own at the moment. Sai there in 7th, with Carlsberg there in 8th. Brian there in 9th, and Unforgiven there in 10th. Oh, I think Unforgiven must have had another off somewhere because he was ahead of Brian and Colesberg a couple laps ago. So I think Unforgiven must have come off somewhere. So looks like he's had 2 offs this race so far. But we do currently have. They've come out of turn 11, going through turn 1 into the Andretti hairpin, and Brian McCartney is really putting the pressure on Colesberg here. Looks like Brian McCartney is struggling with that Aston though. But they're side by side going through turn 3. And now they're going to turn 4 more or less side by side. Colesberg is just ahead. Brian is trying wherever he can to catch up as they go through turn 5 into turn 6 and onto the Ruthel straight. And Vane there in 10th. Rufus in there 11th. And Unforgiven has had another off. Oh, Unforgiven is not having the best time on this track at all. Let's just go and have a look to see what happened to him. Oh, come out turn 3. Hit it a bit wrong and it spun him right out. So he decided to go sand surfing as well. Unforgiven likes the sand this race. But that's allowed Rufus to get up to 11th position now. So Unforgiven's going to have all that work to do once again. As I think that's his 3rd spin so far. But the question is he going to be able to catch up and pass Rufus? Probably will, because he is faster than Rufus, and I can admit that. As Rufus is now going to come through the corkscrew. Vane is not too far ahead. But Unforgiven is there, just coming through the corkscrew. He does seem already a lot quicker than Rufus as he comes through the rainy curve. He's literally cutting that gap to Rufus really quickly. As they come down to turn 11. And Hawkeye there in 13th, so Hawkeye's done well to close that. He's closing that gap now. He must be licking his lips, being able to see Rufus and Unforgiven just up the road from him. Anyway, lap 10. Oz is still currently leading this race. He's been leading from the start. He's doing a superb job. Grasshopper there is 2nd. Looks like he's dropped off a little bit, unfortunately, now. Well, I'm not sure. I think he has dropped off a little bit because he was a lot closer to Oz. But it might be. Let's just have a look to see what time Grasshopper does here as he comes through turn 11. He does have Pete chasing him down now a lot closer. So Grasshopper crosses the line for 124. So I'm not sure whether he made a mistake somewhere. I think he may have made a little mistake, which has allowed Pete to close that gap on him dramatically. Silly shot there is in full still, so these 3 are starting to have a little battle between the 3 of them. And Fraser there has dropped off there in 5th, with Willard there on his own as well as he goes through turn 3. And Si there in 7th. Colesberg there in 8th. With Brian there in 8th. He's dropped off a little bit from Colesberg now, so Colesberg's got a bit of breathing room as Brian's there going through turn 4. Giving Colesberg a bit of breathing room. Oh, there's a yellow flag, Oh, Peter's had an off. He was having such a great race. So he's coming down to turn 5. Oh, took a bit. Oh, Quite surprised that happened, but yeah, he got that bit a little bit wrong, and he decided to go and do some sand surfing as well. So that's going to drop him down to 6th. Sai might get past as well. Yes, I does get past as well, so it's unfortunate. So Peter's dropped down to 7th now. So now it is Silly in 3rd, Phaser in 4th, Willard in 5th, Sai in 6th as he comes through the rainy curve, Peter in 7th, Carlsberg in 8th, still being chased by Brian McCartney in 9th, Vane there in 10th still, with Rufus there in 11th. He's now being chased by Unforgiven as they come through the rainy curve. How long is it going to be before Unforgiven can get past Rufus here? Rufus is doing whatever he can to try and stay ahead. Coming through turn 11. Oh, Rufus went out a bit wide, so Alex Unforgiven was managed to do the undercut on Rufus there. A good little move there from Unforgiven, landing to get past. And Hawkeye's there in 13th. He is closing that gap on Rufus. And at the moment, Hawkeye is running faster laps than Rufus at the moment. So I think it could be just a matter of time before Hawkeye catches Rufus. Can Rufus keep Hawkeye behind him? That is going to be the question. We are on lap 12, so we're well past the middle mark. We've got 6 laps left remaining in this race. So now for lap 13, Ozzy is still leading. He's well ahead as he comes through the Andretti hairpin once again. With Grasshopper there in 2nd, so Oz and Grasshopper have basically been running alone for quite a while now. With Phaser there, now in 3rd. He's had because Silly Shot was ahead of him, so Phaser's had all his Christmas dinners come to him in one go. The Silly there in 4th. He's now got Willard all over his rear bumper looking to try and get past. It's Porsche against the Ferrari as they come out turn 4 down towards turn 5. Now to turn 6. Now up through the hole straight into the corkscrew. And Willard is really putting the pressure on Silly Shot here. It looks like Silly Shot is struggling. They're coming through the running curb side, trying to be side by side, but not quite. Silly is doing a good job keeping Willard behind him. But then you've got Sai there right behind Willard. And Pete there right behind his 7th. So you've got these 4 all battling for 4th position. As they come down towards the Andretti hairpin once again. Then Brian there in 8th, so he's got past Carlsberg now, who's down to 9th. And Unforgiven there in 10th position. He's a long way off from Carlsberg now, with Vane not too far behind in 11th. Then Rufus there in 12th. About a second and a half behind, 2 seconds behind Vane at the moment. And then Hawkeye's had a little off, I think, because he was catching Rufus, but now he's fallen right back, so that's a shame for him, as he was having a decent race trying to catch back up. With lap 15, 3 more laps to go in this first race. Oz has been been having a great race, dominating from the start. No one's even come close to challenging him for that lead. But can Oz keep it on the track for the remainder of the race, or will the sand take him? The Grasshopper there in second. He's done a great job keeping that second after Unforgiven decided to go sand surfing. And since then, no one's really challenged him for that second place. Vaser there, he's done a steady job. He's made his way up to third. With Silly there in fourth. He's still being trailed by Willard, Sai and P in seventh as they come through turn 6 into the Rahul straight. Silly into the corkscrew first. With Pete there now, they are starting to even out. Well, Scythe keeping Willard in check, but Pete is starting to drop off now. With Brian there in 8th. He's being chased by Kohlberg again, so that race before 8th place is not over yet. And Unforgiven, he's doing whatever he can to close that gap on Kohlberg, but with laps running out, he's only got 2 more laps to catch the next person up. Will he be able to catch Kohlberg up? Looks like Kohlberg struggled a little bit through turn 3 going into turn 4, so he's dropped off a little bit from Brian, but he's still there. Unforgiven's going through turn 4 now. And the next one up is going through turn 5. So Unforgiven is closing that gap gradually on them two. And Vane there, still in 11th place. Trying to keep that place where he is. And the Rufus there in 12th. He is trying to wheel in Vane gradually. Whether he's going to be able to do it is another question. Vane going through the corkscrew for the 16th time, with Rufus going through the corkscrew as well into Rainy Curve for the 16th time. Oh, Vane's had a mishap. Vane's come through the corkscrew into Rainy Curve. Oh, he's gone out too wide on the Rainy Curve. That's really unfortunate for him. That's given Rufus an easy pass there now. So now Vane's going to have it all to do if he wants that 11th place back from Rufus. Rufus will be, what's the word for it? Licking his lips saying, thank you, Vane, for that 11th position. But Vane will be like, nope, I want that 11th place back. Come here. Hawkeye there in 13th. So now lap 17. Oz is dominating this race. He's dominated from the start. He started on pole. He's got the fastest lap, and he's now started his final lap at Laguna Seca, race 1. So all he has to do now is keep his wits about him and bring that Ferrari home safely. Grasshopper still there in second. Phaser third. Silly fourth. He's got Sai all over his rear bumper. He's got no, he hasn't got passed on. But can Silly keep Sai behind him? They're coming down towards the Andretti hairpin for the final time. Sai is doing whatever he can, working as hard as he can to try and catch Silly up. Pete there in 6th. Brian there in 7th. Colesberg there in 8th. Willard's dropped down a few positions to 9th, unfortunately, with Unforgiven there in 10th. So Rufus is still there in 11th, with Vane still chasing him in 12th. Hawkeye still there in 13th, and Ozzy is through turn 11. Race win, fastest lap and pole. Brilliant result, brilliant race for Ozzy there. Darwin's been able to hold a candle to him in this race. Grasshopper takes 2nd position. Faisal will take 3rd. Silly's gonna manage to finish in 4th with a resounding 5th for Sai. Pete takes 6th. Brian will finish 7th. Colesberg's 8th. Willard 9th. Unforgiven 10th. Rufus and Faye just coming through the rainy curve. Can Rufus get around turn 11 without making a mistake? Yes, he can. So Rufus should take 11th spot, and he does. Vane will take 12th, and Hawkeye will take last place in 13th. Now, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll send a shout out to our sponsors, EAC Eldridge Air Conditioning. And I will see you shortly for race 2. Bye bye for now.